I'd like to welcome everyone, and I'm going to share my screen, and we'll go ahead and get started. So welcome to SCORE. Our Central Jersey chapter is happy to present How Powerful is Your Digital Presence, which is a really important topic, as I'm sure everybody knows, especially in these pandemic times. Just a quick overview of SCORE if you're not familiar with the SCORE organization. We are a national organization. We're a resource partner with the Small Business Administration, and our mission is to help businesses, small businesses, get started, to grow, and to prosper. So we like to stay with you throughout your business development journey. We have over 250 chapters across the U.S. and well over 10,000 mentors. The members of SCORE are business people who are retired, semi-retired, or maybe not, maybe still working, who want to share their business expertise with small business. We're all volunteers, so there's no charge for our services, and no charge, or if there is a charge, it's a very small charge for a few of our services. The three things that we offer small businesses are webinars and seminars, like we're doing now. We're doing all webinars right now. And a list of those webinars can be found at our website, centraljersey.score.org. We have several upcoming webinars that you may be interested in. We offer a lot of business resources. Probably anything that you can think of as a business question, SCORE has information on, and those resources are available and free to you. And again, at our website, you can find those. And then I think the most important thing we do is offer mentoring. We can work with you one-on-one, two-on-one to help you with your business, to get it started, or if you're in business and have some issues and want to talk to somebody, we're happy to do that. Again, no charge for our services. So go to our website, check us out. We would love to work with you and help your business grow. This morning, I'd like to welcome Suzanne Stingo. She's a digital marketing expert and devotes a lot of her time to helping SCORE and small businesses as well. So we really appreciate her assistance. She's going to talk to us about how powerful is your digital presence. And Suzanne is the founder and owner of Social Media Strategies, and her website and contact information is listed below. So, with that said, Suzanne, you want to take it away?
Thank you so much, Jane. It's a pleasure to work with you and your team at the Central Jersey chapter. As Jane said, I do a lot of work with SCORE. I do seminars all over the state, and I've been in digital marketing for about 12 years after a long career in telecom and IT, where I actually worked a lot with inbound marketing. So we're going to get started right away. What I will do is I will do a small PowerPoint presentation and then actually go live to a couple of sites to actually show you some of the features that I was talking about. And let me start from the beginning here. So this is me. My company is SMS Social Media Strategies. I'm in Central New Jersey, and I do seminars for SCORE. I've been doing seminars for SCORE for about 12 years now. So the things we're going to cover today: what platforms are you on? Are your personal and business profiles complete? It's very important to make sure they are complete, because the platform itself then kind of needs to recognize you as having a complete platform before they will actually help you really be successful on their platform. Is your message across all platforms consistent? And how do you measure if a platform is working for you and bringing you results? So this item number 4 is very important. You need to actually be looking at the statistics of each platform that you're using to see if it's working for you. And the only way to do that is really to have a business page on that platform. You don't really get statistics that are of value from a personal profile. So in all cases, I recommend, if you're a business, that you have a business profile. So what platforms are you on? And I'd really like people to maybe go in the chat room or the Q&A and actually tell us, which platforms are you using? Are you using Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn or YouTube or Google or Yelp or Instagram or Pinterest or other ones? And which ones are your target audience on? Because that's the most important. My recommendation is you should have a profile on each of these platforms. Create it once, check it once or twice a year, and then just make sure that the content information is correct, the about section is correct, and that people are sent back to your website or to the platform where you do the most posting. It's very important that you figure out what are the demographics. See here, check the demographics of each to find your target audience. And I do have 2 links that I can share, and anybody that wants this presentation, feel free to ask me for it. I can email it to you, or Jane can email it to you. So we're happy to do that. The demographics of each platform are constantly changing. You need to check them probably twice a year and see if, you know, the male, female, the age, the demographics, the area, the geographical area really are matching where you are today with your business. It's very important to do that. Your personal and business profiles. On every platform, there's different criteria. So on Facebook, and like I said, I'm talking about the business pages now. I don't care about your personal platform on personal profile on Facebook. Your personal profile is very important on LinkedIn. So that really needs to be optimized as much as it can be. But is it linked to your business page? So if you have a business page, you can automatically link it in every platform to your personal profile. So you want to do that. Are all the sections filled in? I would say more than 50% of the clients that I work with, they don't have the complete about section filled in. On Facebook, as an example, there's a section to put in the list of your services and, you know, describe the services and have a picture of the services. You can actually do that on LinkedIn. Also, you want to fill in every single possible section that you can, and the platform itself will actually tell you that you've gotten a complete profile. On Facebook, they'll tell you your business page is complete, or do you want to add a section? Do you want to add anything? On LinkedIn, they do the same thing. And those are the 2 highest ranked social platforms. LinkedIn, by the way, is the highest ranked social platform. So I recommend, even if your target audience isn't on LinkedIn, that you create a profile there just so that you're found more often. So you should have a business listing on Google also. That's very important because Google is the biggest search engine. Is the platform sending you messages to add more sections or info? If you're working with on a platform, the platform will be sending you emails. Facebook and LinkedIn send me messages all the time. Instagram once in a while, because I'm not very active on that platform, because that's not a platform for me mostly. And my target audience isn't on Instagram. But what I recommend is have a profile on all the platforms and then pick 2. Pick 2 platforms where your target audience are, not where you are comfortable. So for instance, if you have a product and it's, you know, Instagram and Facebook is where your target audience is, that's where you need to concentrate your time. You don't, you know, maybe don't want to do it on LinkedIn or Pinterest or Yelp or any of those others. Do you have links back to your website or the platform you use most? When you have a website, and I recommend that you have a website, make sure that the links go back to your website or even a page on the website. So for instance, when you're posting on a platform, you want to put the link not only maybe to the home page of your website, maybe the page where it says sign up for a newsletter, maybe the page that says that, you know, these are my blogs. You can go on the top of the page and get the IP address and the link from that page and then include it in your post and in your information that you're sending out to people. Are you getting reviews and recommendations? If you're not getting reviews and recommendations, to me, when I look at a business page and somebody's company, it says nobody liked them. Nobody is happy to do business with them. And that's a bad thing for somebody to think about when you're looking even to do business, or even if you are doing business with a company. You want to know that people are saying nice things about them. They're getting reviews, they're getting recommendations. You can get reviews on Google, you can get reviews on every platform, on Facebook. On LinkedIn, the only place to get reviews is on your personal profile. So on LinkedIn, the personal profile is very important. And each platform, as it says here, has different criteria. So every platform you need to check. And I'm going to go into, LinkedIn and Facebook to show you some of these features and where to look for them so that you know what you're doing on each of these platforms, because those are the most popular. So I figured when we take our time today, we'll have time to go into, 2 platforms. But please, as time goes on, as you think of questions of anything here while I'm giving a presentation, please put them in the chat room and we'll try to get through all of them today. Is your message across all platforms consistent? I recently started working with a chiropractor. He had one description on his website. He has a different description on Facebook. He has no description on LinkedIn. He has Yelp. He has no description. You need to make sure, all you have to do is do one really great description of your services or description of you and your company, and then cut and paste it. You don't need to recreate the wheel for every platform. Maybe tweak it a little bit. Maybe the audience on Facebook or Yelp or Instagram is a little bit different, so you need to tweak it a little bit. But the basic description should be the same, because you want to be consistent. You want to be consistent even in the pictures. So if you have blues and greens, or greens and yellows, or blues and golds as your color theme on your website, use them across the different platforms, because people will easily recognize you then. If you have a logo, if you have a background picture of your company or you and your company, use that. And then it'll be easier for people to recognize you as they go to different platforms and see you consistently, that you have a consistent message. Taglines, on LinkedIn especially, there's a tagline under your business name. And that's, a one-line thing. How do you improve your digital marketing? I change mine on a regular basis every couple of months to kind of say something different, but put a keyword in it. Like digital marketing would be a keyword for me. The about section. The about section really on Facebook and LinkedIn are very important. You want to have people know about your business. The about section in LinkedIn should be your story. I'm a business owner since 1989. I started out in the telecom and IT world. I migrated in 2012 to doing social media because I did a lot with re-engineering call centers and learned about inbound marketing during that process of dealing with call centers. So I tell a story. Look at my profiles. I fill everything in. Every single space, every single character is used up in the profiles on my business pages and on my personal profiles. So go to mine, go to your competitors and look at theirs. See what they have to say. You may come up with really creative words and descriptions. I'm not saying use it word for word, don't ever do that. But look at their descriptions and get some ideas of maybe a different way of describing something that you normally wouldn't have thought of. Do you have a complete contact information? Again, more than 50% of the people that I deal with, you can't find their phone number. And I don't know about you, but I'm a phone person. I know a lot of people right now, even if they're texting. So I really am not a big texter. The millennial world, my nieces, everybody is big texters. So now on my business card, on my LinkedIn profile, everywhere, I make sure that my mobile number is included, not just my landline, which I was more comfortable using. So people can get in touch with me and they know that they can text me. I have 2 lines, old-fashioned, I know, but I've worked out of my home office for a very long time. So I have a landline and a mobile. But make sure your phone and email. I know a PR person that asked me to help her with something one day. It took me 7 different clicks of different platforms to find out a phone number or an email on how to contact her. It was terrible. It was terrible. You don't want to ever make it hard for somebody to reach you, because that's a deterrent in all cases for doing business. existing business and existing, customers, and also especially for new customers. They'll go on to the next company that's easier to get in touch with. Okay, do potential clients recognize your images, your videos, your colors when they visit each platform? I've already mentioned this. Use consistent colors, use consistent pictures. If you have a background picture with you, put background pictures in every business page. You have the ability to put a background picture in. You can put a picture of you with a nice background. You can put a picture of social media, I think, like I do on my business pages, that is relevant to your industry. And people will start to recognize you and your images as, being all together.
Suzanne?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, Suzanne, we did have, somebody was responding to your request to know what platforms people are on. She's on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay, great. And hopefully, if you're on both platforms, that on both platforms, you've joined those two platforms. When you do your profile on Facebook, when you go into settings on the left-hand side of the page, you can click on the Instagram and then connect that platform to Facebook. And you need to do the same thing on your Instagram. You need to connect it to your Facebook profile so that when you do things on Instagram, they're actually automatically posted on Facebook. It's not the other way around. When you do things on Facebook, they don't automatically go to Instagram, and that's important to know. So if you start on Instagram, which you pretty much do from your phone, you know that it can automatically go to Facebook, but only if the two profiles are linked. And you have to go into the settings in each platform to make sure that both of them are linked. Thank you, Jane. Now, knowing how well you're doing on each platform, the stats are reported and they're reported on your business page. So the two criteria on social media that you want to follow and that you want to kind of test to see if you're being successful is what's the reach of any post or any newsletters or any blogs. So whether it's you're looking at Google Analytics, whether you're looking at the reach on your Facebook page, whether you're looking at the engagement or the views on your LinkedIn page, or the likes or the views on your Instagram or Yelp or YouTube. Okay, on YouTube, it's how many views have you had, and look at the length of time somebody stayed on a video. If your video is not interesting, if you don't capture someone's attention in the first 30 seconds, they're not going to stay on that video. And maybe you only have your contact information at the end. So maybe in the beginning when you start a video, you say, oh, hi, I'm Suzanne Stingo. You can contact me at 732-571-0747, or you can email me at sms@smstingo.com. You may want to start off with your contact information, because if your YouTube videos are not keeping people engaged and on the video, you want to put valuable information up front. Or you want to look at those statistics and say, okay, my videos, nobody's looking at the whole 1 minute video. What am I doing wrong? And you have to constantly be changing based on the statistics and the analytics for the page and for the platform. So if you see that nobody's staying on your video past 15 seconds, that means it's not interesting enough. You're not capturing their attention. You need to change what you're doing. I worked with an insurance company and a PR company that, paid for ads on Facebook. They got tremendous reach. They had 7,000 people that saw this advertisement that they did. 2 people got engaged, which means they either did a like, a comment, or a share. So obviously it wasn't interesting content. It didn't get to the right people. So there's lots of different things that you can do to improve them. I actually went and taught their social media people in the PR company, listen, you've got to look at the statistics. What's the reach and what's the engagement? You have to build your base, then you get the reach, then you get the engagement. It's a 3-step process. And whether or not you're successful and whether or not you get good ROI is if you have the reach and the engagement. The chiropractor that I just started working with, he had wonderful posts. He has a company that creates articles and videos, and he's been on TV. Well, first of all, half of the stuff that he did, the articles that he's written and the TV programs, which all have a video link, were not on any of his social media platforms. So it's like, okay, so you're hiding yourself, first of all. He has information and valuable information and interesting content that he's not sharing. So, okay, so we got to get it on the other platforms. Where are your customers? His customers really are on Facebook, and some of them are on LinkedIn, depending on, you know, what he's trying to target at any particular moment. So we went back to them, and he had never ever looked at the statistics, and I'll show you where to find them. On Facebook, it's the insights on your business page. And if it doesn't come up on the top bar, you can actually click the down arrow and it'll show you where the insights are. It'll show you the reach and the engagement for every single post that you've done the last week, the last 30 days, and you can continue to go down and look at them over time. Psychologists that I work for, we actually go down every month and look at the posts and the blogs and the articles that we've done. And we actually say, okay, this is the one that got the most engagement. People are really interested in hearing about, you know, children issues, children adjusting, being socially adjusted, being parenting and children issues, children using too much social media. Those are the types of articles that get the most engagement for her business. So we want to do more of them because we want more people to engage, and she wants to have that. So you need to look at the statistics on every platform. Every platform has a different way of you looking at it. How many people on Twitter, as an example, how many people are following you? Did you know that on Twitter, if you follow people, at least 50% of those people will follow you back? And there are some industries. I worked for a doctor that wrote a book about healthcare. You know, we did great on Facebook and LinkedIn. That was fine. We did that. But he really wasn't getting the traction that he wanted to really get his message across to the right people. Well, we found out that Twitter was where his target audience was. He wanted to get to the broadcasters and the political people. They're all on Twitter. We started going on Twitter and getting information out and putting links to his website, links to his book that he wrote, putting, you know, commenting on other people's posts really gets you engaged in the process. When you join groups on a platform, you want to engage other people that you don't know. I met this lovely, lovely lady who's called the Telephone Doctor. She's out in St. Louis. Years ago, I started seeing her posts on LinkedIn, and I started commenting on them. This is great. This was terrific. This is a good antidote. This is a great idea, because I was in the call center world, so she talks a lot about customer service. And we connected, we help each other, we like each other's posts. That's something that your friends, that you should do for your friends and for people that are your customers and people that are your customers or your employees should actually like and share the posts and the information that you're sending out there. I talked to someone yesterday about his employees. His employees, are they interested in your business? Do they have a vested interest in your business? If they do, if they want to keep their job, they're happy with their job, they want your business to be successful. If your business is successful, they have to also help get the word out. So for them to ask them once in a while to share something. So tell them if they get 10 likes on your Facebook page or they get 10 shares on a page, still give them a $10 Dunkin' Donuts card or something. I mean, as an incentive. So you need to know the statistics. You need to know that you have the following, that you have the reach and the engagement. Facebook, look at the statistics. LinkedIn, look at the analytics. At YouTube, look at the views and the time on the videos. So that's all that I had in the PowerPoint. And I want to just see. So please, anybody that's interested, I put my email address up there, I think. No, it didn't go through. So my email is sms@smstingo.com because the chat does actually go away. Oh, it didn't come through correctly. There we go. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to share my, let me see, I have to go to my screen and pull up I have to pull up. I'm gonna, if most of you are on Facebook, I'll go to that platform first.
Yeah, and Suzanne, we don't really have any questions, so if anybody
Okay.
has a question for Suzanne, please put them in the Q&A. We're here to answer questions.
Right, we're here to help. And okay, this lady says that Marjorie's on Facebook and Instagram. Hi, Marjorie. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to go to Facebook. Okay, so when you open,
we do have a question from Paul, and he said, how would you recommend marketing a self-published book?
Well, depends on the title, but that's what I did for the doctor that wrote a book on healthcare. You need to find who's your target audience. Self-published book, you need to have a website, make a page, make sure your profile and the about you is all about you as an author. Maybe the back cover of your book has, you know, the about section. Copy that, put it on a website, make a business page for the book. So you can put, you know, John Smith, author of ABC Publishing or ABC whatever. So do a page for the book. That's what I started doing for Dr. Dennis. He wrote 2 books. We did a page for each book. On his website, he had a page for each book. And then we found, like I said, his target audience really was on Twitter. We were very successful in getting to newscasters. We got someone from a radio station in, I don't know, Iowa or Indiana or someplace, actually called him up for an interview. We started connecting with the broadcasters around on all the TV that own the public TV stations. And then we started reaching out to the congressmen and senators on Twitter, because you can actually get to those people and send them messages. You can send direct messages on Twitter without really being connected with someone. But start following them and commenting on them. It depends on what the subject of the book is. And I can't see the chat room right now because I'm sharing my screen, but we'll go back to it. Let's see if I can go back to it. Nope, I don't think I can.
He didn't give a topic for the self-published book.
Okay. No, I can't go into it. So on Facebook, your personal profile, and I understand if people don't want to have.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. He put it in. It's a children's book. Daddy versus the Squirrels.
Okay. So you need to get to the parent. You need to get to the parent audience. And as an example, if you go on Facebook, your target audience, if you create a business page, things will sit there. Facebook has now engineered their site so that all the likes that you get on your business page, when you post something, don't necessarily go to the people that have liked your page. They have made it a for-profit environment. So now less than 10% of the people that have liked your page, you'll see that I have 439 likes. Okay, if I put a new post on my business page, I'm lucky if 43 people have seen it, and that's who Facebook will send it to, 43 people, less than 10%. So maybe I'll get 20 or 30 people that have seen it. But if I go into, and let me show you where the groups that I'm in, and so like the psychologist who also concentrates on parents and working with children, I've put her in every town, every environment. There are a tremendous amount, here's groups. There's a tremendous amount of groups, and I want to look at all of them. These are just the top public groups, and some of the groups are private, and not everyone that manages a group lets you do a lot of posts, but you can belong to an unlimited number of groups in Facebook. I think I'm in at least 100. Here's Monmouth County Moms. There are a tremendous amount of moms and parents groups. What you do is you go in the search bar, and so say you're from Middlesex. And then you want to do a search, and you want to find the groups here. See the options here? You look for groups. Middlesex County groups. Online groups. We want to bet Middlesex Moms, Middlesex County and New Jersey Politics, Middlesex Real Estate, businesses in Middlesex, Middlesex homeschoolers, babysitters. Now, not every group and people who have the groups will want you to join, okay? This is a resale group, yard sales, action together. Middlesex County on a budget. Every single county in town has some group that's their section on a budget. And a lot of people are in those groups. Now, if you go to a group to see it before you join it, you want to see how many people are. This is a private group, which means the posts on this group are not public. And you want to see, the group was created in 2014. There's 4,000 members. So if you're in Middlesex County and you want to get to a lot of people, 4,000 people is a lot of people. So once in a while, when you do a post, you share. There's 137 posts. It means this is a very active group on Facebook. This is extending your reach organically. You're not paying for ads. You're not paying to boost a post. You're not paying to create an ad. You're not using the Facebook ad manager. You're actually just going to your business page and sharing it to a group that you're in. Now, Facebook does it two different ways. You're allowed to join a group as a person, you, or as your business. Okay? Sometimes it's more acceptable for you to join as a person. You, the author, the gentleman it's an author of a book. You, the author, you, the person, I would recommend you, the person, join a group. Okay, because you'll be better accepted. And there may be criteria. When you go to join a group, sometimes, let's see, they might ask you questions. What town in Middlesex are you located? No politics, no business advertising. So here, if no business advertising, you want to give them information. So you can agree that you're not going to do business advertising. Okay, you don't want to sell your book. You don't want to be salesy, but you can actually say, you know, I have this book, go to my website. That's not selling anything. Or here's information about children's books, and here's a website, or here's information about children should be reading. You should be reading to children. It's a tremendous benefit, educational benefit and development tool to be reading to children and to have them read. So talking about that and getting yourself known as an expert in your field is the thing that you want to do. So now there's lots of ways to go to your business page. Let's go here. I'm going back to home. My business page is here. So I manage a bunch of other pages for people. So that's why there's a bunch of pages here. Okay, so you have an inbox, you have notifications. Notifications is every group that I'm in that I joined as a business, it's going to give me notifications. I can just go in and eliminate them. But see, I have a background picture that's related to social media. I have 452 followers. And this is me as the admin. You actually can move around the sections of this page if you wanted to. And here's the last post on the 15th. I shared it 7 places. It went to 150 people, which is not great. And I had 15 engagements. That's 10% engagement, and that's good. 10% or anything more than 10% engagement is wonderful. And Yes.
Right along that line of thinking, Michelle would like to know what would you consider a good reach and engagement for Facebook posts? And
Hundreds
along
or thousands of people. Okay.
okay,
So
reach
150
is
is not great. This one, I didn't send it to anyone. So this is what happens. Here, I did this post and I didn't share it at all. So here, Facebook only sent it to 18 people and nobody even liked it or shared it or commented on it. Okay, I was sharing an article. It actually was the Circle of Women Mentors that I do for SCORE. Here's another one. I didn't really share it to people. Let me look for one where I really got it out there. Something about this. Here I'm just sharing SCORE seminars on my page. So I do a lot of that.
Yeah, Suzanne?
Yes.
I think there's a question about reach. What is the reach? And then what is a good engagement number for Facebook?
Okay. So the engagement you're shooting for is 10% of the reach. Here's just a positive, stay positive note that I put out there. Once in a while, I put a stay positive note out. And I shared it to 7 different groups. 769 people saw it. That's great reach. That's great. You know, a couple of hundred, 400, anything above that is fabulous reach, especially if you're a small business. Engagement, not so good over here on this one. So there really wasn't anything. There wasn't a link to click. There wasn't, you know, a lot of people weren't going to share this. I shared it 7 times. Other people maybe didn't share it. So the engagement, I didn't care about engagement on this particular post. So
Michelle also has a question about Facebook ads. Are Facebook ads worth it? And can you talk about them a little bit?
I will. Let me just show you. When you look at your page, I want to show you where the insights here at the top of the page. Can you guys see where hopefully you can see where my cursor is. And on the top of the page here, go over to insights on the business page. And this is where you want to look at this. So I haven't done much. Post reach here is 15. The chiropractor that I just started working for, I took one of his posts, I put a comment on it, and also an intro kind of to the article that he wrote, and I got it out to about 8 groups. He had a 515 reach just on that one post, which is great. His engagement actually was about 60 something. So here, you want to see, you can see your posts. Up here, you can see page summary for the last 7 days or the last 28 days. When I work for a customer, I actually look at the last 28 days and see what the reach was. I got 7 new likes the last month. I think that's great. I'm not actively going out and telling people to like my page, so that's wonderful. I've had 73 views of my page, which is good. Engagement, not so much. You want to have 10% and the percentage that you want to look for. So 10% of 854 would be 85 engagement or more. 10% reach is fabulous, okay? So you need to shoot for that. You want people that you're connected to and the groups that you're sharing it in. You want them to comment, you want them to like it, and Facebook actually gives you cumulative results. On Facebook, you need to start every single thing that you do on your business page, because then Facebook will give you the stats based on the fact that you started it on your business page. If you start something on your personal page, the stats, you will not get the stats for it. It won't count towards your business page. That's why some of these articles and some of these posts of events, there's like no reach on them on my page, because I'm sharing, you know, a post or an event from another page. So my business page isn't tracking that at all. My business page is only going to track the posts that I do. So here, this is telling a story is a great way to build an interested audience. So this is an intro that I put to an article. Always put an intro on an article. I got to 150 people. See, it's organic, and Facebook will tell you whether or not you paid for reach or you got organic reach. And so here I got 10%. That's just okay. The last couple of ones, I'm just posting about other events, and you can actually look at more. You can go down the page. Here's the Stay Positive one. It got to a lot of people, and that was only a quote. Here's another, Stay Positive. People seem to like those positive quotes when I quote them. But I'm staying in front of people. Now I'm doing a lot of webinars, during this whole pandemic environment. I'm getting a lot of attention from the webinars I'm getting. So I'm not really concentrating so much on Facebook. But here, organic reach means I didn't pay for anything. I got 585 people to see this and to see my, business page and to know that it came from me. That's a fabulous reach for something. This one's okay. Okay, this is, and you can actually go down and look at the posts that you've done and the things that you've shared and seen here. Here's a good tips on what to post on social media during this crisis. Got to 697 people. That's fabulous. It had 22 engaged. Here's another one, adjust your sales. This is what I did when the pandemic started in the middle of March. 987. It was an article that I actually wrote that you need to pivot and adjust your sales to the changing times. It's actually, you can go back and find this. Anything that's on your business page will stay there. Your personal page, as you know, it's your news feed. People would go crazy trying to find anything that you put on your personal page. So you want to start things on your business page on Facebook.
Okay, there was a question also, what's the difference between a personal page and a business page? I think you've addressed that. I don't know if there's anything else you'd like to add.
So here, this is my personal page. You go under my name, Suzanne. This is my personal page. But here also, I put in the link here connects to my business page. You want to make sure that you put in the name as you have it on the platform, and it will bring up the link. And so people can go to your personal page and then automatically go to your business page. So I put a little stuff here. I don't put a lot of details here. I share some of my posts, that I do on the business page, especially the ones where I'm, promoting different seminars for SCORE, because I do a lot of that. And I joined a lot of groups as me the person. And that's where here, this is where I went to show you the groups that I'm in. And groups is the organic way to actually get extended reach. And I'm a big believer in organic reach and doing that. So if you go in here into manage, you can see all of the groups, again, that I'm in. And I think there was a question about ads. And what I want to do is I want to go back to my business page and show you. Yes, Facebook will decide. Oh, wait, come on, stop doing that. Come on, Zoom, stop doing that. Okay. Facebook will decide how much an ad is going to cost you. There's lots of ways to do an ad. You can create an ad and go to the Facebook ad manager, which everybody has automatically. You can go to a page, you can go to something that I created, go to one of the articles that I wrote. And see, when you share somebody else's article, Boost is not available. So you can boost a post, you can create an ad, you can boost your website, you can, let me see, if I go in here, I think this is where it gives you the options. Actions on page, followers, page previews, nope. Here's publishing tools. You can go into publishing tools. You could go into the ad center there in the drop down menu. So Facebook can, and you can try it. I've done what they call A/B tests, where I've done a post or an article, and I do it organically, and it takes 15, 20 minutes. Okay. And then I'll take the same post and I'll actually pay Facebook to do, to advertise it to the demographics that I pick. And it'll get to the same amount of people. So a couple of hundred, a couple of thousand, whoever it gets to over a couple of days. But the engagement I have found is better when you do it organically. And that's just my experience. If you have a new promotion, if you have a new book and you really want to do a major blast, paying for an ad once in a while is not a bad thing. You want to get to an extended audience that you don't have. You're not in 100 groups like I am. Go to an extended audience, but make sure your message is clear and make sure there's a call to action. What call to action at the end of a post is, contact me for more information, visit my website, what can I help you with? Put something in the post. Tell people what you want them to do. Send them where you want them to be sent. If you want them to sign up for your newsletter, send them to that page on your website. If you want them to call you, put the phone number. If you want them to visit your website, put the website. If you want them to like your business page, you want to tell them. Every once in a while, I actually do that. Every once in a while, I'll just do a post on my personal account and say, here's the link to my business page. And here's the link, Facebook, SMS, social media, and up to here. So the name of the business and Facebook.com is the link that I would use. I'd actually take that link, copy it, and then I'd go back in. I can start from my business page and say, here, tell people why you want them to like your business page. You write interesting articles. You give great information. I give great information and share information from other platforms of tips. Even if I'm not the expert in that platform, I actually I post articles and say, this is a great article about Instagram or Pinterest or Yelp. And I'm not very active on those platforms. So if I see a great article, I actually say, I read this article. Oh, the first 5 tips are fabulous. You should look at them. And then I put the link to the article. If you want people to follow your business page, put something down here and say, I share really interesting articles about all aspects of social media and digital marketing. Follow my page and you'll actually get the notices. And yes, 10% of the people get noticed, but you'll continue to build your audience here. So before we run out of time, I do want to go over
Suzanne?
to LinkedIn. Yes?
Yeah, Suzanne, we did have another Facebook question.
Sure.
Paul wants to know, is it better to post directly on your business page or post in your personal page and share it with your business?
No.
Or vice versa. So post and share on your business versus
Start on your business page, because then the business page will track your reach and engagement. So after you post it on your business page, after you do that, then you want to share it to your timeline, and that's how Facebook talks about it. You can share it on your timeline. So here, and I'm a big believer in LinkedIn. I think everybody should have LinkedIn. Over here, who's viewed my profile? 99 people. So on the LinkedIn platform, let's just get rid of this message here. On the LinkedIn platform, it will tell you who's viewed your profile. And that's in the last 90 days. So I want at least 90 people to be looking at my profile. And that's LinkedIn is sending my profile to people. Okay? Views of my last article, 41. On LinkedIn, that's not bad. Of course you want it to be as much as possible, but LinkedIn platform is a very different platform. The quality of the people, the business people, is much higher than those on Facebook. The interaction with people is much different. I've made phenomenal lifetime business relationships on LinkedIn. I've started them on LinkedIn, like that woman in St. Louis, and I've maintained them on LinkedIn. I like her posts, she likes my posts. We send notes back and forth to each other, and we do it mostly all on LinkedIn. Here's some of the messages from people. Okay, this guy here, John, yesterday, he didn't even bother to look up my contact information. He sent me a message on LinkedIn I saw it because the app is on my phone. I immediately commented and said, tried calling you. He didn't send me his phone number. He didn't send me his email. It's not on his profile. It's like I was ready to jump through the computer. It's like, John, you need to fix your profile. You need to make it easy for people to contact you. He owns 2 franchises for ServPro. Great company. He's here in the Eatontown area, and apparently he just joined. He just bought the franchise up in Hackensack. Great ServPro. I have a cousin that owns 2 of the franchises also. They're a great company. They do great work. But here, underneath my picture, I can go to my profile. See, LinkedIn is telling me, do I want to add a section right away? Every section of your profile, you have a little pencil, and every section is different. You can't go and just fix the whole page on LinkedIn. You do one section at a time. So here, this is my headline. Your headline beside your picture is the second most important part of your profile on LinkedIn, because you need to have keywords in it. Okay, online, strategize, promote digital marketing. Okay, so I changed this. You have 2 full lines, 128 characters to put your headline and market your business, because when people do searches on LinkedIn, they're looking for these keywords. You can say you're providing services. You can say you're open to recruiters. Now, LinkedIn, as most of you know, started out as a platform for recruiters and for people looking for jobs. It's still a great platform for that, but you don't have to use it for that. I'm not open to recruiters, contacting me. But here, this is a tool that came out last year. You can actually add the services, and LinkedIn will help you be found by all these services and these keywords that you put in your profile. Update my contact information if I need to do that. You can have up to 3 emails and 3 websites on LinkedIn. So for instance, if you're working for a company and it's a possibility you're not going to work for that company forever, you need to have a personal email, so that's a backup. You'll always be able to get into it. My about section here, this is my story. I put bullets. I put about my social media. I talk about my telecom business. I talk about my volunteer experiences, my email address. Most people are going to look at the first couple of lines. And in fact, when you first look at the profile, that's all you see, the first couple of lines of the about section. I want people to know how to contact me right away. And you should, in this section, and I don't think I put it here, is you should put a call to action in this section, in this about section. You can put videos, you can put pictures, you can put what they call media, okay? Here's kind of another statistic. LinkedIn does give you statistics on your personal profile. Who's viewed my profile? And that's in the last 90 days. This is search appearances. This is in the last week. So I've actually appeared in searches on LinkedIn without doing anything myself 10 times in the last 7 days. Not bad, but not great. I can turn on career advice. This is my activity. Not too many people will look at that activity, but they can look at all activity, or they can look at just your posts or just your articles. Experience. This is kind of, the stuff from your resume. When you say you're the owner of a company, here, this links to my business page. I can click on this and it goes right to my business page. You want to make sure that your personal profile, again, on this platform, is linked to your business page. So hopefully it'll come up. And here, the business page. Here's a background picture. Here's my tagline. That was a new feature that LinkedIn added last year. You have followers on LinkedIn. I have 310 followers. It's much harder to get followers to a business page on LinkedIn. But once you get them, they will see everything that you post on your page. It's not like Facebook. They don't restrict who's seeing the page. You have analytics here, post impressions. So I'm down this week in post impressions. I'm posting again about SCORE. It's my favorite thing to do. Here's that article. I don't have to recreate the wheel. When you do a post on one platform, you can cut and paste, and I do an intro and I copy an article. I copy the link to the article. If you see this, LinkedIn actually converts the link that you put into a link that's on their platform. So it will look different than the link that you have from a newspaper or from a magazine or a publication.
Suzanne?
Yes.
Yeah, we have about
2 minutes. So are there any questions or things that you want me to do on LinkedIn? Anybody that has any questions, or I'll stop sharing and we'll go to some of the questions.
I believe we've answered all of the.
I think we have. The reach we talked about. The book we talked about. Again, so on LinkedIn, just so you know, the best way to get reach and engagement is to start with an original article. Even if an article is a paragraph. Say you're writing about your book, the gentleman that has a book. Put an article, put a little description of the book, put the link to the book, and you have to hit that little infinity sign to put the link. And say, here, check out my book, get the link to Amazon where they can buy the book, and write about it. But after you do that, after you publish an article on LinkedIn, you then want to send it to groups, okay? LinkedIn has a phenomenal amount of groups. They're very different. They're more business oriented. I recommend everybody that has a business in New Jersey, NJBIA, New Jersey Business and Industry, is the largest business organization in the country. And if you're in New Jersey, you want to go, they have a LinkedIn group that's open to everyone. They have 4,000 people in it. And you want to be in that group, and they let anybody post anything. So it has a lot of activity. But when you go into a group and you put something on a group, on average, the reach that you get in that group is about 35 to 40% of the people that are in the group. It's the most reach and engagement you will get from anything on any platform. When you go into a group, when you join a group, you should say, I'm Suzanne, I'm Joe, or I'm Fran, and thank you for letting me join the group. This is who I am. I'm a writer of children's books, and this is my business page, and I'd love to connect with all of you. I'd like to hear about what you do and how we can help each other. People love to be told and asked, how can we help each other? They want to help you, you want to help them. Let's just not connect and see how our connections are. I don't want to share my connections, okay? I don't want people looking at my connections and then trying to use me to their benefit. I want to build a relationship with someone. Building a relationship is really the LinkedIn tool. That's where you build relationships with people.
Okay, so great. Suzanne.
I think this is, covers what we wanted to cover. I hope people found it helpful.
Yeah, can you answer two very quick questions?
Of course.
Would you give the website, the BIA website again, please?
NJBIA, and here it's
.org.
www. Yeah, I think it's .NJBIA. I think it's .org. And it's New Jersey Business and Industry Organization. The other website that you definitely should like and you should go and follow is www.centraljersey.score.org, because that's Jane's chapter. And you want to see her webinars, you want to see the articles. Also, score.org puts out, and you can get them through her website, they put templates out for your business. They put articles out. There's webinars that are recorded that you can go in and see information about starting a business, managing a business, and all aspects of your business. They have fabulous webinars that are on the site that you can go down and look at any time that are on demand.
Okay, I want to get one last question in, and this is Paul again, and he's wondering if it's better to link to your website for the book or directly to the Amazon
Do
site.
both. Don't restrict yourself. Do both. If you want people to know more about you, you have to build the, your credibility. So if you have on your website all about you and all about why you wrote this book and what the book is about, definitely send them to your website. If on your website, you should have a buy now button, absolutely positively buy now. And once in a while, you should put buy now. I don't know if you saw that, but even on your Facebook and your LinkedIn pages, you can have a buy now button. You can do it right from those platforms. You can direct people right to Amazon or right to Amazon from Facebook or on LinkedIn in those two platforms. So you can customize the button to go right to that link and add that link. So that's a great option. I'm sorry I didn't get to show you that.
Okay. Thanks, Suzanne. We want to thank you so much. That was a lot of information in a short time period. So I think everybody's head's spinning. Hope everybody took good. Can you share your slides with the group? That's one.
Of course. Jane, I can send them to you. And if you want to send them out to people, I'm happy to do that. Or if anybody wants me to just send them directly to them, just sms@smstingo.com. Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate, you coming into a call. And like I said, SCORE does fabulous seminars. They're all, right now, everything is free. Nothing is in person. Everything's a webinar. And please, and they are always wonderful. For advice and consultation and just kind of a support person, the mentors are phenomenally brilliant people. I just want to hang out with them and be in a room with them. They're so brilliant, each one of them. And they'll bring a different person and a different mentor to the table to talk to you and do a teaming effect. There's not ever a limit to the mentoring. I see your question, Anne. You can use mentors and use multiple mentors for the life of your business, for the life of your career. Whether you start a business this week or next week or any week or later on in your career, you can always kind of bounce ideas off of them. One of the mentors really puts it very lovely that you can use us to kind of be a sounding board on what you might want to do for your business. Do I want to go into this, aspect of business? Do I want to change? Do I want to pivot? Do I really want to, sell this new product? How do I find the research on that? There's fabulous tools, and the SCORE mentors really know where to find all of those resources. So Jane, I'm sorry I'm taking away your thunder here, but
no,
I'm a big proponent of SCORE, so.
You did a better job than I did. So
no, I don't think so. I
want to thank everybody for taking the time to spend with us today. Again, thank you to Suzanne, who did a fabulous job.
Thank you.
Go to centraljersey.score.org and look for our resources. We'd love to see you in a mentoring situation. And go check out our upcoming webinars because we have several of them on the way. Thank you again and have a wonderful day.
Have a good day, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
To everyone in the chat.